budget, so it's not all bad. Right, so I'm going to throw you back over to Machine and Sponge. I'll stop talking. I won't do any banter this time. Promise.
Where's the swear jar at, though? I want to know how...
It's coming out. Yeah, it is getting a bit spicy over here, guys. We need to keep it PG-13. It's Maniac. He's been drinking, I think.
He is funding some good nights out, I think.
Yeah. Oh, mate, I'll see you at the end. It's on him, yeah?
Thank you, that's you.
Yeah, sit back, relax, enjoy the game, because that's what we're here to do. Heroic Eternal Fire Chat. What a treat it is for Counter-Strike fans, which we so happen to be. We're going to be seeing an early smoke thrown out by NertZ, and nicoodoz starting an early campaign for ramp. Flashes up, 4 of them charging up the ramp.
We see plenty of that this game.
Yeah, this is an interesting smoke. I think that might have been a missed smoke. A second going to arrive. It's going to be good enough.
It's
serviceable. Serviceable. That gap, however, has led to a bit of chip damage onto Shush. He's not planting yet. Getting it down now. Retake is on. kyxsan pushes the smoke, takes the first engagement, trying to track TeSeS towards that short side. TeSeS has got a lot to handle here as there's 4 towards the side. The smoke in the kit on Madja. He smoked the bomb already. This is going to be so hard to knock him off. So hard to knock him off. He's found it. They're not going to knife him in time. And Eternal Fire will take the pistol without a single casualty. 5 alive at the end of that one.
Whoa, kyxsan just staying alive.
What did you make of Maniac's statement about kyxsan? Is he as high in your estimations?
Well, I think he's definitely heading in that direction, right? Because of the amount of impact his teams have had on the world scale within his first year, I suppose. We could put it that way. I had the opportunity on HTV Confirmed to talk to him as well. There was an interview with him, with Saw, talking about how he likes the way that kyxsan thinks about the game. That's some positives, because I think Saw is considered one of the best coaches at the moment as well.
Yeah.
And I guess they have decided as a team that they wanted to start on the T side of Eternal Fire's map pick here. So that's another key, wanting to try and set the tone. Picking the T start on Vertigo.
Really threatening second round buy, though, by virtue of the plant.
They might pop through this. Yeah, so they're just creeping through on contact.
Centaurez.
There's 8 bullets, Alex.
Yeah, that really limits his options now. He's just going to have to be incredibly precise about this. They're not going to clear him. They're not going to clear him.
He was shooting like he thought he had a full mag.
Yeah, if he had more, that would have been a very different result. Instead, he's given over the M4 to kyxsan. He'll take the upgrade, full HP. NertZ is actually bringing the bomb through short and wins the duel. Very brave, very early engagement. Woxic's gone, and so is this round. It's kind of fallen through their fingers here. Eternal Fire, after taking the pistol so cleanly, the second round is kind of evaded them, eluded them. There's nothing in rushing for Heroic. There's no need to hurry.
But look at the HP, and kyxsan has just picked up an incendiary. If they hang around, so the repos, this is actually huge. The bomb is on a low member of NertZ. They're hoping the cut of noise sours the mood and forces the rotate from Eternal Fire, but they may as well stick to their guns right now. As soon as NertZ tries to punch in the digits, the incendiary should be thrown. There it is. It might be too late.
They'd at least get him down.
They have smokes available, Alex. This is still doable.
Yeah, hang on.
Still doable.
This 2 versus 4 retake is taking shape. Madja, smoke on the bomb and going for a fake this time, hoping to panic. Not a single bit of spam. How on earth are they doing so with such confidence? They just called the bluff. Calling the bluff. Now Madja's going to hold it. Oh, Madja's going to hold it. Madja's going to hold it. Back to back. Smoke diffuses. Problems for Heroic.
How's he gotten away with that? The pistol round was one thing, and 4-on-2, a round that they really had no business in, but piecing it together, the molly, flushing NertZ into the open, the kill comes through, the smokes, one towards short, one on the bomb. They start spamming, but they can't find him. Smoke armor for Madja.
God, and the cover as well. kyxsan just on the top as his leader's diffusing.
I've got you, boss.
That's actually mad. I do have a little bit of a theory that for some reason smoke diffusers have been more prominent in CS2. Couldn't explain why, but it does feel like I'm seeing a lot of them. A lot of players are scared of the smoke on that diffuse. There's a lot of different angles you can get onto the diffuse from with those cables.
Well, they have been able to invest again, Heroic. It is Eternal Fire, the ones who have been struggling to get rifles across the board. It's 2 MP9s, one for Wakadia, one for Zentares.
Just thinking about the way they've lost these first 2.
I would love to go back and maybe someone could take a look and see if Zentares did reload. I know there's a bug at the moment where it shows that you've reloaded on the and then when you change back, you actually haven't. So I wonder if that plagued him, because he was definitely shooting like he had 20 bullets in the previous.
Yeah.
He would have been more tappy if he knew he had only 8.
He's probably not going to be too concerned considering the conversion. Lovely turnaround from Madja and kyxsan. Leaves us in a 5-on-5. That smoke is exploitable. I think you can get on the railing as they are. And, oh, bloody hell. A little bit of an extra sound cue. But all the same, the booster's been erected. kyxsan, if he takes a glance, could lose his life here.
No one can flash for kyxsan, so he can't really pick with you.
Yeah, well, you're right. Magic's got nothing to support him. Here comes the util. They're testing him on B. kyxsan down to kyxsan, and a second. That is beautiful. He has done his job. Mission accomplished. Nadal land, but he's got a smoke to elope. Now Woxic in support. Nice shot from nicoodoz, but this round has fallen apart unless TeSeS can come out. Clutch gets the first, gets away. Needs a third. XANTARES on the jet, repositions, he's good for it. That's his fourth, but XANTARES securing the third round for Eternal Fire.
2 in a row that have been somewhat wobbly, but I love watching anchor players. It's the type of player I could never be. The fact that kyxsan has gotten 2 kills, he's pinned in a position, he knows there's more threats coming, but he's just sitting, waiting, buying time for the rotation of his team to come in, and understanding that his life is more important than looking for another fight. And that's great work from kyxsan. The coach Faber on the mic immediately. So it wasn't his choice for the timeout. It was actually saw from Heroic, but it will give a 30-second opportunity for both coaches to pipe through instructions about how things have unfolded thus far. But Eternal Fire have been able to keep the sheet clean. 3-0 with some wobbles. Now, we know Heroic are the type of team who likes to go hero AKs, Alex. We know they like to get it in the hands of NertZ or whoever it can be facilitated to continue to apply that pressure. I expect to see the same coming out the back of this timeout. And we can see one in the hands of nicoodoz. The rest investing half of their funds. With the loss bonus maxed out, 3,400 into the next, they should have enough to buy with 4 of them. And if they get a plant in this round, nicoodoz will have enough as well. So keep your eyes on that. Need to make sure they can fund a full purchase going into round number 5. This one's still threatening, however.
Yeah, XANTARES towards the sandbag trajectory indicates. Early the incendiary, lands in the smoke instead. Vicardia braving a push towards 51, but thinks better of it.
I tell you which side I don't want to go to. The one with XANTARES and Vicardia.
Yeah.
That's the bomb side. And considering the form Woxic's been in, vintage Woxic, 2019, Orbs yesterday in the games that we had the privilege of covering off had a lot of impact. It was great to see. Definitely considering the conversation around AWPs and CS2.
Oh. The Vox stickers, Chad. Representing. I've got a Vox Eminor member beside me for the cast.
I think that's NertZ's AK.
NertZ represents, okay. And wow, yeah, you got some Titan flex as well,
okay,
Nico.
All right.
All right, mate. Let's see how they do with that single AK-47. That's a T-smoke.
Yeah, and it's actually drawn quite a heavy rotation to investigate middle, but because it was silent, there was no follow-through. They're immediately starting to waltz back. Light util on both sides of the server. 35 seconds remain. It's down to aim.
Yeah, right side smoke. Up and over. Nice find from XANTARES. Copped a bit of damage as is Vicardia operating low. That's the bomb. Good awareness from XANTARES. Track through the smoke. One back from the hero AK. A plant goes a long way. Trying to disrupt, but covered. TeSeS has saved the round. There's a chance here now for Heroic. The bomb is ticking. And nicoodoz, he has to be ready, has to be aware of the potential for this ramp flank. TeSeS is working on short. Just going to hold on to it. Kicks on the site. Going to be going down in momentarily. kyxsan dismounting audibly. Trying to find nicoodoz. Oh, so Lee. That's one hell of a shot. Now worried about Woxic. XANTARES needs one here. kyxsan's going to clear him. Beautiful round. Taking shape for Heroic. He said it's going to come down to aim, and well, it's pretty clear. nicoodoz' aim's looking pretty damn spicy. TeSeS as well on the cover of kyxsan. That's a big first round for Heroic.
Yeah, and they've broken Eternal Fire by doing so. As soon as the bomb goes down, they'd secured that buy into the next, but they've done one better, able to post the round, and that is off the back of a sore timeout, a conversation, and a round victory. So you're very happy with proceedings. If you're the Big Finn, Big Boss he was once known as that's a tidy little shot there from nicoodoz, isn't it? You love to see the one-taps, most satisfying kills. AK one-taps, USP one-taps, and Deagle one-digs. They are all beauts.
Yeah, and the P2K, obviously. NertZ on the generator, hiding in plain sight, and Madger overlooks the possibility.
And these are the type of rounds that we have been singing the praises of Eternal Fire of. There's normally second round after losing a pistol, but this is still strung together 4-spy. Can they get anything done now that they're down a man and walking past each other was TeSeS. Found from XANTARES.
But the fact he was alone, you know, you can see that immediately kyxsan and Woxic have got their defensive procedures in place.
Interesting defensive smoke there from Woxy, right? He could have thrown a deeper one. This is actually given a fair amount of space if Heroic wanted to investigate. I think fortunately they haven't.
It's taken them so long to get their pieces in a row for B that there's 3 members of Eternal Fire here.
Just forcing them wide, I suppose.
Could go wrong still. Limited weaponry. It was just the pistols and shush. The dispatches of Zentares. The dual Berettas don't achieve too much in Heroic. They will convert against this force buy. A lighter buy, but a force nonetheless. Cardia threatening, but nothing more than one. I think Heroic, they consider those kills good. Good kills. As opposed to those bad kills.
Yeah, well, that would be bad deaths.
Bad deaths,
bad
good
deaths,
kills.
good kills.
Yeah, that's actually, if you wanted to summarize Counter-Strike in a sentence.
Whereas Eternal Fire earlier, they were saying had a good defuse.
Good defuse.
Good plant.
Yeah. Bad kills. They didn't get any. No, that would be, yeah. Bad death.
Good detonation.
Good detonation. Yeah. 3 towards the bridge. Going to be making those audible steps as just an economical here. Now it's in a power position to handle this. He was ready.
3 from 3.
I'm surprised he continues to force the issue. He just wants to clear him out. Good awareness. Someone's got to get him.
Yeah, well, as we all heard from Volt in the previous match, maybe you didn't join us for Gamer Legion battering Legacy. We didn't miss a lot.
Yeah, that was a quickie.
Unless you're a Game Legion fan, then you missed a very nice showing from your team.
Yeah, still thinking about it. Some of the shots Seiko was hitting, jumping off a Guardian. 7 seconds left in the round. kyxsan.
Look at that.
Yeah, flexing on us. Bomb comes in, and Heroic will tie up the game. And Eternal Fire, they started with a rather couple of convincing retake/defuse rounds. However, Heroic now coming into those guns do seem to be having the aimers. I mean, when you've got NertZ on this team, and he's currently not at the top of the scoreboard. Admittedly, he is after the Eco Bash, but in terms of gun rounds, you've got nicoodoz hitting shots. You've had Shush, TeSeS with contributions on the tech now.
I think there's something interesting with nicoodoz. It doesn't feel like he prioritizes the AWP all of the time. And I think that's a good thing to have in an AWPer, especially when there's less rounds of play in MR12. So if you're, gone are the days where your AWPer can only AWP, right?
Yeah.
You need to be able to rifle and find contributions there as well. I think it also makes calling for the in-game leader more versatile. Because if you have to call with an AWP in mind all the time, that takes like a dug off the board. It takes one of your pieces and it means you have to use him differently. So if he can rifle and he can keep it some faster rounds, which is something that kyxsan would like to call back in the day, on the Apex roster, some definite tone setters. Keeps you a bit more flexible as a team.
I'm very interested to see where they go from this, yeah, because you can see there's a whole dialogue happening. This is a big test now, full guns for everyone. A little bit limited.
AWP on either side of the server, so Woxy doesn't have his yet either, Alex.
Okay, so let's see how they approach this one. From either side, Eternal Fire will open up with some smoke and a flash from Zentares. It's a good, well-placed one onto kyxsan up the ramp. Contesting his Wicardia, considering the swing, goes for it. Quick headshot onto TeSeS. That was a very snappy adjustment. Zentares back in his home. He loves the sandbag position.
He really does. See him there quite often. Been isolated now. That molly didn't land perfectly, but Zentares has left his roost. Woxic here to help.
kyxsan searching. Finding Woxic. Now he knows there's more. He knows Zentares still yet to be found. He's looking for him. Wicardi was over towards the gap. Now they find themselves both congregated towards that side. Swinging out. Dead now. kyxsan one. Need another from the spray. Last bullet into the smoke onto Wicardia. It's an advantage for Heroic. Can't really get him off the bomb here. Yeah, didn't have the right nade selected. Late for that one. Now Madja pushing forward. Should isolate kyxsan at the bare minimum. A 2-on-2. Smoke and kit. It can't happen again, can it, Chad?
It definitely can.
Oh, Lord. These diffuses from Madja have already brought them 2 rounds. Will there be a third? Smoke.
It's the same 2.
Gap.
And this is what they did last time. They smoked short and then they smoked the bomb.
It's coming. It's definitely coming. Not again. Not again. On the defuse, kyxsan goes up. We need to get him off the bomb this time. This time, Shush is good for it. Not happening again.
Damn.
Fool me twice.
It was a third time that they're able to pull that off. Well, that is actually going to send echoes throughout this half because Heroic have a real opportunity opportunity now to secure 5 with ease. It will just be light upgrades from Eternal Fire. I think the key difference maker in this one is obviously kyxsan. He's getting 3 of those kills. The fact they've come up dry, right, after the opening kill from Wakadia, they've just contacted up, exploiting the expectation, right? No utility to peek in towards that site, literally just peering around the corner from Crane. They just have to deal now with a couple of MP9s and upgraded pistols. If they can get past this, it's 5 for Heroic, and then everything after that is a fantastic T-haul.
Interesting angle adopted by Woxic. He's hoping just to get that one on the clear. TeSeS is good on the awareness. Packing, 29 HP, no armor on him. Trying to remain slightly threatening, a couple of MP9s.
Yeah, especially with how much is around the corner. What are you meant to do in middle? You have to give this up, don't you?
This, however, it's just a Mach 10, so kyxsan could get caught out in a head-to-head with the SMGs. He doesn't. Wakadia down to kyxsan.
He also heard one player running away from A, so they know where a few of the players currently reside. Waiting for the smoke fade in middle. Just taking some duels. I have liked the contributions we've been getting out of TeSeS. If people were tuning in yesterday to their matchup against Imperial, he had a huge 4K round, and I think it was a 2v5 maybe?
Yeah, no, 2v5 or 4.
It was massive when he was going up short. Did a couple of nice shots.
Yeah, I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, Imperial obviously righting the wrongs, and were able to pick up a victory to start off the day. Great Counter-Strike.
I mean, they could have won that game if it wasn't for rounds like that from TeSeS.
What I really like watching is when we see these teams, and it isn't an in-game leader that we've all seen before. This is Vinny, right? They have Zach coaching. But the type of Counter-Strike that they're playing, it's comprehensive, right? It's how you want to see Counter-Strike played. It's difficult to replicate the European meta when you're not playing in it, but the basic concepts and understanding of the way that you need to flow throughout the map, the type of rounds that you're looking to open with, they had all of that. And they even had poise under pressure with late round, which the TeSeS was talking about, but no Brazilians in the server right now. We have a primarily Danish roster with a Macedonian and an Israeli going up against Turkey's Hope. Eternal Fire. I expect to see a Woxic AWP brought out, considering he didn't buy any Kevlar around his 5-7 in that previous round.
Yeah.
And currently with only 1 kill to his name, we were talking about his great performances throughout the best of ones. It would be good if he could come online, especially on their map choice. Now, I don't think Vertigo is necessarily an AWPer's paradise by any stretch, but can still find impact and influence.
Loves a little touch of aggression. He knows NertZ prioritizes ladder. And he's going to be posted for the potential conflict.
This is on a timer though, isn't it?
Yeah, he can't stay there forever. And NertZ goes wide. Moxie misses his opportunity. Playing around the lurk smoke is TeSeS. It fades now. Zentaras and Wakadia, though, as you discussed, this is one potent pairing. Or the ramp hold. Wakadia starts his crawl. The fade, looking for TeSeS. Didn't spot him. Overlooked him, now obscured by the view model. A great opening from TeSeS. Thought Wakadia was kind of playing ahead of it, but doesn't work out for him. Zentaras, good awareness. He gets away for the potential from the sandbag molly.
I feel like they have to re-aggress.
Which they're working on with Woxic. Fades the flash.
They're heading B.
Match has got a really strong angle, but not if Shush is clearing him like that. Just as easy as that, the round falls in favor of Heroic.
Well, you can already start the hunt, right? Make sure you're covering off certain quadrants of the map here and try and rip everything away. Only 2 to find now.
Yeah. I mean, Zentaras is staying active. He knows he's going to have to try and fight tooth and nail if he wants to hold on to his rifle. Calyx with him.
But this is some good Counter-Strike out of Heroic.
We get to see Zentaras on the AWP. We don't. We don't even get to see a moment of it. He's gone to TeSeS. Calyx.
10 kills for TeSeS as well.
Up against the world. They've got oodles of cash.
Yeah,
chat.
look, Shush is dead. He has 13k. He's going to reinvest for sure. You've got nicoodoz who's close to max money. kyxsan the same. Can't be going better. And that's off the back of 6 consecutive rounds. So max loss bonus is in play for Eternal Fire, but they don't have the same way to make money, right? They can't get the bomb down on the CT side to get the cash injection. So for them, it's going to have to just be another partial investment unless they want to bring out a couple of silenced M4s and go for a bogey round.
I mean, yeah, this is already very impressive stuff out of TeSeS individually. He always had impressive performances, but there was always a little bit of a conversation being had about when the pressure is on. Well, there's no more pressure than arriving at the major, unless your sense is suggesting that feels less pressure now. I don't know when you.
I guess it's because it's this sticker conversation, but right now, as everybody's starting to learn, the sticker stuff's never a guarantee. I thought we learned that once upon a time, but
Stockholm.
Apparently not. That's a conversation for another time and another platform, I think.
5 MP9s, yo. Shush's got a very good idea that one's crossed. Alex, audible on the mount.
Even something just to get you going individually for Eternal Fire would be nice. Like a couple of good kills put together with teamwork.
Down goes Maja.
Oh, this will get toppled, won't it?
Yeah, just dismounted. Yeah, good trades at least. They actually have the numbers advantage now. Rifles will fall into their hands at least for Wakadia. kyxsan is very exploitable though. He's currently isolated with low HP. The bomb was spotted, so you'd expect rotations are coming. It's Woxic that's making it over towards the generators.
Yeah, it's Woxic's decision that I think really...
I like this though. I like this call. You're separated anyway.
Oh,
You've got
pushing,
55 seconds. NertZ is just holding on to the bomb. They're going to see it's gone, and now he gets the first.
Woxic just should wait.
nicoodoz on sandbags, hoping the A player oversteps, and Woxic's the one to go down. Problems now. Wakadia spots out nicoodoz, so now he knows where they both were.
Bomb should go B, but he can isolate a one-on-one depending on his decision-making right now.
NertZ is going to surely have to be aware of this. Trajectory of the util implies to B. That's cheeky. What does Wakadia do to that information? He, of course, tries to get over to the B site. In the meantime, the gap grows. NertZ will deliver the bomb. Wakadia, now the penny drops. Moving forward. Wakadia towards the heaven. Bomb down with a couple of seconds to spare. Calculated from Heroic. Has Wakadia got anything to do? Misses his first fight onto NertZ. Nade on the face, brings him low. 64 points of health to work with. nicoodoz and NertZ ready to trade off of one another. They're both ready for the duel. They're both there, and he can't adjust. A 7th for Heroic. A frustrating one to concede, considering the way that started with the limited weaponry. 5 MP9s, and they did have a 3v2.
And right now, you have to be questioning, where's the punch from Eternal Fire? Sure, Woxic only has 1 kill to his name. I think if I remember rightly, back in the day, even when he was playing on Mouse on this map, he didn't always love to AWP. Like, because it's a difficult... I swear, like, I'm getting flashbacks. 2019, a long time ago now, he's brought it out again, but 2 of their rounds came from sitting the defuse. I know the pistol was essentially theirs, but...
Oh, double nades. 1 missed. Wakadia's lucky to be alive there.
Yeah, but the one time it's not Zentara's there, and Wakadia is the one to cop the hiding. The individuals on Eternal Fire need to find some invigoration right now because they are being handled by Heroic. Aren't skipping a beat. They're not misplaying any situations. They're making sure their teamwork is on point. When you're watching a team play at the level that Heroic is right now, I think it's a safe assumption that communication is quite concise, clear, flowing liberally. You're not having to eke anything out of anybody. Everybody is offering what they should.
Yeah, if you haven't, Heroic released some of their communications videos. Very good insight into how they comp. Quick one with Wakadia on the extinguish. He's expecting a potential for another HE on his face. Unavailable bar Shush. You can see he's elsewhere.
It's about recovery. Eternal Fire would need 5 going into the half-time.
Darez braves the smoke. TeSeS, he seems pretty aware on these kind of duels and engagements. Through the floorboards, and Tarez down, obscured. Through the corrugation. Nice find from NertZ. And, oh, Maja nearly had another one. Woxic's keeping us interested as Wakadia extends our interest. Wakadia, though, that smoke won't last forever. kyxsan's waiting it out. He will reposition towards the guarding position. Confirmation
They
is
started
B.
rotating away.
Yeah, they weren't sure. They weren't sure. kyxsan will get the bomb down. Difficult post-plant.
Especially with no nades.
Need individuals to step up there. You can see the headshot. What a banger from TeSeS. Up against the orb. That's beautiful to close. An 8 for Heroic. Smiles on their faces. They know they've done something pretty dirty there.
This is a great half.
What is that from TeSeS?
We have 8 in a row from Heroic.
Damn.
They ain't stopping.
And the only rounds they got, as you said, were some of these diffuses.
And
what
to
a
think
shot.
the first round that Heroic picked up, they were threatening throughout the early stages, right, because of the plants. But the round that they picked up was Tech-9s and 1 AK, right? So it wasn't even a full buy that has really opened the floodgates of this T side. Heroic playing some inspired Counter-Strike right now.
Yeah, and we've been seeing Eternal Fire make, you know, close games with big names, Mouse, FaZe. But here up against Heroic, they seem a little small.
Yeah, FaZe in back-to-back events was very impressive. But right now, it's that just, I know it seems simple and reductive, but they're not shooting back. Sometimes they're not even getting the opportunity to do so.
I love the confidence from TeSeS. Like every round he wants to take ramp, he has successfully taken
Well, he's putting his aim on display in a game like this.
Yeah. Like he's backing himself. He's got Shush with him, sure, but he is just ready for every engagement. Spots out the leg. Trying to isolate Wicardia. This time wins out the head-to-head duel. TeSeS welcomed it, but this time Wicardia stands tall for the one. Zantara's down to the double from Shush. And already they have Ellie control. They've got this round as well. There's nothing here for kyxsan and Woxic. A 2v4. You got to go for it. Final round of the half, moonwalking into kyxsan, not expecting that forward position. This is convincing from Heroic, making a strong case for that 3-0.
Yeah, this is it, right? You win this one right here, right now. You are done with the opening stage. Quick, smart. Sure, they had some dramas. Sure, Imperial pushed them. They had to win that in overtime on Mirage yesterday. But you get 2 days off if you win today. You can, look, and those 2 days off give you time to, first of all, not have to be stressed out about having to win officials.
Yeah.
But second of all, to, you know, fix any mistakes that you may have had so far, keep working on the playbook, continue to watch everybody else getting put through their paces.
Especially the teams you didn't have to prep for, but now you do.
Yeah.
There's other names in that elimination stage waiting.
And you already have 2 days in the environment, so you're familiar with it. You know, I guess, sure, some people can make the argument, oh, we'd love to play every day. I would love to avoid the stress.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I think the thing is, in Counter-Strike, you want to get the easiest opponent as possible, get the game over, done as quickly as possible, and go as deep in the tournament as you can.
That is it.
While showing some good Counter-Strike.
Ideally. One would assume it comes naturally, but look at that run. That round recap there paints the whole story. 9 rounds in a row.
And just lack of output. Lack of output from...
Woxic was one of the highest rated players after his first best of one, but
yeah.
having a tough time here.
Look at the opening kill disparity as well.
Goodness me, 0-5 on Madja as well. Did not have a fun time in that fun half. And then a very even spread from Heroic. Every member, bar nicoodoz, has found 2 opening kills. So that all adds up quite nicely. 10 openings.
That is a dream.
Yeah.
Like, that's actually a dream. If you don't have to rely on one player to be finding you the opening exchanges, that feels real good. Well, double HEs, a couple of flashes, and 2 smokes to boot as 4 players fortify the A bomb site for Heroic out the gate. TeSeS is going to have a look. We'll operate with the jump spot. nicoodoz on the back ledge as well. And, oh, creeping Julie's down in the face. NertZ surely calls it here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hello.
That's what they're waiting for. Okay, Jigger's up.
Can't charge him down. You have to run into the den of multiple pistols. You know, there's 3 towards A.
Scrap that plan.
But the strat is to go A. With these nades, look, you're either going to use those HE sandbag or headshot. They've opted for that instead of mollies. A little bit cheaper.
nicoodoz is responsible for reporting that ramp is threatened. Here they come. He gets the info, gets away. NertZ readies himself on gap. Important the dual Berettas get 1 at least. And woof, what a hell of a headshot it is. Clean with it, nice with it. NertZ double.
27 more bullets to lock this position down.
These dual Berettas doing a lot of work here. Nice working space from Wicardia, but watch out, NertZ rounds the corner for 1 more. Wicardia needs another. kyxsan support, down after 1. 2 on 2, but that bomb is ticking. And damn, headshots are being hit. nicoodoz nails it onto Madja. It's up to Wicardia. Shush. Holding for this push. Takes a jiggle. Confirms he's off the bomb, or at least suspects he's off the bomb. Now repositioning, going for this full 10-second defuse. They're off it again. Bacardi's playing mind games with them, holding now. Shush goes down. nicoodoz will get it. And the 10-second defuse just in the nick of time.
Yeah, confidence from nicoodoz there on the defuse, telling that I guess they have it. No, they don't. Wicardia comes in clutch. Both pistols for Eternal Fire.
Dude, nicoodoz was acting like it was a safe call.
I don't know what the go with the music is, if people are having just as big issues with me as it is at home, but either way, this one has been ripped away. The Scavenge Duel Berettas, Wicardia.
He called their bluff twice.
It was very, very well played, wasn't it? Right, knowing that if he overextends, he gives away that free kill. Some great shooting from nicoodoz. But just getting that defuse a moment too late, not to be their round, but they are going to force by back. Look, there's an M4 in the hands of TeSeS. This is a threatening round. If Eternal Fire can get this, maybe they can work back into this game. If they lose this, well, let's call it curtains.
So you send the dream team, Wicardia and Centaurus, to search on A. Like sandbags. TeSeS is making that M4 abundantly clear, spamming straight through. Actually repositioning, almost treating it like an AWP, you know, you fire off a shot, you start to flirt with the reposition. nicoodoz, that's a well-placed smoke. It should delay potential for a commitment. You don't want to be pushing around that into the sightlines. A boosted at M4 for TeSeS.
I wonder if it's even suspected. Like an M4, he could be worth a multi if they try and go wide.
They're gambling. The whole squad's here.
That flash at the ready would allow them to flurry forward, but they're going to fight anyway after nade.
Oh, they were caught with pins in their hands, but it doesn't matter. Madja's Galil has connected. Down goes the M4, and now maybe it's game on for Eternal Fire. kyxsan could find back. Takes down Wicardia with the drive-by. Madja's posted for the next time he sweeps through. Heads are spotted. Taps are missed. kyxsan, he really welcomes this engagement. Does put one into Madja's face, puts him low.
This is still tough for Eternal Fire.
It's uncomfortable with 25 seconds left. They kind of have to commit, and Woxic has bailed them out with a nice one. This is that signature SMG. NertZ, MP7 and a dream. Controls it for the first. Can't get the second. kyxsan converts. Eternal Fire, they're going to close this gap.
All right, well, they're not getting any easy rounds, are they? You could see the threat that existed for Heroic throughout. And the silence soured the mood. Heroic started searching for space, right? The HE comes forward, Shush swings, then on that top deck, TeSeS gets bowled over. The M4 finds absolutely no impact. I feel like they had two choices, right? And I think one of the signatures of Heroic is staying active.
Yeah.
Right? So the fact that they've gone aggressive, they've done it again. TeSeS has a silenced M4 again.
Yeah, they really are backing him. I mean, if you're Eternal Fire, you're expecting nothing here, especially when you just run down with the first on the Mach 10. So TeSeS, he is the unknown entity.
Oh.
It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Wicardia has solved all of their problems.
The unknown kyxsan.
Yeah, man, what are you going to get done here? Oh my God, he nearly had two on the P2K. It was something there.
Well, look, this is where Wicardia, if not stopped going for these A-round plays, if there's nothing that Heroic can use to stall him out, the way that Madja will facilitate him, you saw the flashes when you go all the way back to the pistol round for Heroic, right? They have the flashes from the T-stairs towards middle. That's something that they use to allow Wicardia to go for these aggressive maneuvers up the ramp, and he is very good at it. We've seen it in the early stages here of this second half, and if he can get away with it, it's a tone setter. So things aren't going to be easy for Heroic, but it's Eternal Fire are the ones under pressure. This is their map choice. Heroic called their bluff. They said, that's fine. We'll play your map, but we'll start T-side. We will set the tone. You have to stand and deliver. And they were unable to do so on their CT side. That was a very weak CT side indeed.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't quite keep in the forefront of my mind that this was a Eternal Fire pick, and Heroic opted to start on that T side. It was certainly paid dividends, right? 9 consecutive rounds on their attack. But now we find ourselves with Eternal Fire returning to the fray. Dream start, 3-0 on their T side. The bar set high, make no mistake, but already seeing signs of life from the Turkish side.
This one here, it doesn't bring us level, but it feels like it may as well. Madja doesn't want to give away another opening death. He's conceded quite a few thus far. Been doing this for an awfully long time, has Madja, over multiple Turkish iterations. Used to play for the French back in the 1.6 days. People might remember Sixer.
Yeah.
Used to be his teammate once upon a time. Those two I used to watch them an awful lot. Quite exciting towards the tail end of 1.6. Double mid setup, double B setup, and retake A. So Heroic, you can see how they have postured their defense. Silence until the B execute.
Shush. That's silence Wicardia.
That's enough.
I mean, understandably.
You don't want to go through the grey screen.
You're not committing. The boost could work out
but
nicely.
But look at the U2, Alex. They don't have anything to recommit with.
Yeah,
But you can use XanTares as your opening piece.
Oh dear.
kyxsan's pipped a gap here. Calyx just fell off of the mid line.
How far does he go?
Yeah, that is the next question. You're in a 4-on-4. You can see I got the idea of going down the ladder. On
He's heard the bridge. He heard the bridge.
Sick. Oh, down. XanTares did open up the B site in the meantime. nicoodoz has fallen alongside NertZ, so that must have been one hell of a play from XanTares. He's gotten them into the site. He's so far forward. TeSeS is not ready for this. Beautiful counter-strike from XanTares.
Round winner.
It seems that way. kyxsan in a clutch. It's not impossible. Certainly improbable. Double peek, double swing, but isolating the duels! He's made it into a 1v1. Kit is present. Up against Calyx. Smoke on the bomb's going to get nerve-wracking for Calyx. Does he want to swing ahead of it? He's just going to fake it. Calyx going to start to spam, surely. He's worried about the potential for a defuse, tagging it through the smoke! It's one bullet, hit it! Eternal Fire recover!
Damn, you feel that XanTares had done enough to make that one an absolute certainty, but then kyxsan almost pulls it back with a clutch of his own.
His adjustment, I think that must have just been off sound, a bit of tracers. He nearly had Calyx on the first little burst. Let's see this again. So it started with shushing the smoke blue.
Great trade. Then on the boost.
This is the double. One.
Ah, the Headhunter doing exactly that. That are bangers of shots there from XanTares. I love the surge forward. Almost closing it down single-handedly.
And he's low HP, right? And he's the first one in. So understandably, he's just there to see how much he can hoover up space-wise.
These cheeky Heroic.
Whoa, lovely work.
That was an M4. That's where I was about to go with that. kyxsan had an M4. They're very cheeky with their investments.
It could be coming back to haunt them, you know, this relentless investment. It's 150 bucks for kyxsan. He put all of his cash into that.
Suppose at least they have max loss bonus.
Have they lost it? He's looking for it. It might fall him down the boards.
It's in the source. I'll see if I can find it. I'll race JRaz.
Okay. In the meantime, yeah, this one looks like a nice B finish. Little mid-lurker-rooney from Madja. Only a cubby. That's behind the double stack. It's unlikely he's Molotov'd, but it's unlikely he gets more than one. I think they may have just spotted the default player. NertZ, so blind. Good utility there from Eternal Fire. They're going to make this a one-round game. They're saying anything you can do, Heroic, we can do better. Coming to this T side undefeated.
Alex, look at my screen. I found it.
Oh, it went off the map.
It went off the map.
You geek. How did you get down
well,
there?
I couldn't find it at SCAF, so I'm like, where else could it have gone? 51 floors down.
Okay, wow. So XanTares doesn't know it, but his frag completely removed the rifle.
It's a long way down free camming that, let me tell you. There it is!
Wait.
Jay's probably going.
I'm assuming it's Jay. Found it.
I'm assuming it's Jay's like, let me show it, let me show it.
Yeah. Jay's going to be mad that you found it first.
I know Chev's observing right now.
Yeah. But little known fact is there are multiple. It's a team.
Yes.
You've got the replay op, you've got the main observer, and you've got the context observer.
Is context the official terminology? I think it is.
It's the one I'm using.
Yeah, context is good.
I don't know about official, but yeah. The context cams. You know when you get those sweet little over-the-shoulder...
It could be Bastion.
Could be.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll do our research. Let's find out as we get into our 18th. Yeah, slowed down by the flames on B and mid simultaneously, so Madja's trying to make no secret that there are B players present.
Right now, Eternal Fire feel like they're back in this, right?
Yeah,
After an abysmal first half on their map choice, they're back in things with, well, about potentially 6 consecutive rounds on the T half. And if you win this one, you keep Heroic in that CT washing machine. They might have to start considering some saves, Heroic, if they're losing the sites.
What's the call here from Madja? You can see a call has just been made. Utility was juggled. Players reposition. And a lurk smoke drop, so Madja's going to clear out the potential for fast A info. The A players forced into a more defensive stance. Lineup from Woxic is there. Calyx ready in mid. And Ricardi preparing himself towards the B stairs with Madja, so they are going to try and hit B. kyxsan seems aware of this, trying to back him up. So NertZ, Sjuush, and kyxsan will be there to receive.
Bit of a util disparity right now.
Yeah. Oh, a lot of work, a lot of pressure, a lot of work on Sjuush. Down he goes. kyxsan gone. Eternal Fire have done enough. This is their site. They take it by force. And with 3 casualties as well, it's an expensive loss for Heroic. There might be more. There's going to be more. nicoodoz.
Oh.
Dead to Madja.
You see what I'm saying about them having to save? The thing is, giving it away in vain, defending that site, you're light on U2. TeSeS, he's seen the shadow. I'd be taking a timeout if I'm Saw right now. He might get to hold on to this. Zentares with the hunt, spots him out, trying to pepper him through the wall, will allow his teammates to do the dirty work. TeSeS has to defend on all fronts. Now they're going to continue to get this max loss bonus, but now it's 6 consecutive rounds as TeSeS loses his life and everything. We've tied things up 9-9 as Eternal Fire have come to life on their map pick. This is the team that everybody expected to see, and the round timeline showing you just how streaky things have been. The T-side dominance from both squads thus far, coming prepped and ready with their attacks.
Yeah, and you've got to give props to the boys, Ricardi and Zentares. They are finding the frags in the absence of Woxic on this T side. The AWP is out again. Let's see how he finds the T side with an MP9 Deagles. Half by.
No timeout, maybe into the next for Heroic, or maybe he's just happy with the call that he heard from kyxsan.
A jumping boost, like kind of overpass energy.
I guess because it's not going to be a pre-spam or a pre-fire.
Oh, kyxsan hitting him with the fadeaway.
He's had some good moments. Madja's just going to look away, so NertZ not continuing his saunter. Wow, the timing that he's been able to pick is actually immaculate.
Oh, but kyxsan is perfectly covering the gap. Synergy high for Eternal Fire. This untouchable T side looking to continue and take the lead. They haven't had the lead since the 4th. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Since the 6th round.
Like I said before in the previous map, math's not my strong suit.
Nor I.
And my spelling sucks as well.
Yeah, numbers don't work well in my brain, but I can do the letters and the words.
We make up a couple as well.
Oh, for sure.
Double digits achieved from Eternal Fire. Look, I'll be honest, with the first half, I was saying they just weren't, it didn't feel like they were hitting back. They're hitting back now. Wakadia in this second half, I think he already has 6 or 7 kills. I really should start taking screenshots at halftime scoreboards, because I think one of the other things that goes undervalued in Counter-Strike since we've just started amalgamating the scores is like rounds side dependent. So is the amount of frags and the output that you're looking for. Just to see a player come alive. And there it is. And a reason that Saw might have been reluctant to call it in the previous is because it is the 3rd and final timeout for Heroic. So the last 30 seconds where the boss man gets the opportunity to chime in, unless given that grace, I favor on the other side of the server. They will be able to invest. And I spoke about the versatility of nicoodoz, right? The fact that he doesn't always have to operate with the AWP, and it doesn't appear to be part of the CT-sided game plan. It could have been something they attempted to facilitate. Apparently not, as the cash is flowing. We had this same conversation with Heroic on their T side. Almost max cash for multiple members on Eternal Fire. Can Heroic find a CT-sided round? That's the new question.
Madja repelled by utility. Multiple flashes pop towards A. Sjuush deploys the incendiary B. Close their crawl. Heading that way.
Noisy from Madja. Very noisy.
Full focus. This is the angle. Zentares, he's good for the pre-aims typically, but now backing away. NertZ did not expect the attempted trade. Yeah, that looked bizarre.
Crosshair just stopped moving.
His mouse ran out of battery.
Guys, you have to save.
Or you have to hunt with a flash and isolate one. kyxsan down. It's a 3-on-3 now.
Okay.
It's a little bit sassy.
I still think you have to save, guys. You can't keep risking these rounds.
Yeah, I think they're talking about it right now. TeSeS is like, if I find one, maybe we go.
I feel they lose the game if they go for this and lose everything.
Moxie thinking the same. If he could just hit one more shot, he will completely secure the round. Down goes nicoodoz. They're committing. They're still committing. There's no time for this. Down they go. Only TeSeS remains. There's no way he can defuse that bomb. He will take one with him. A dink onto another. Maja's there. Nice find, but still, the round is Eternal Fires, and they leave, Heroic that is, with nothing. You've got what? 3K something?
Yeah, they can get out a couple of silenced M4s again, maybe 3.
But that's
right?
for 12, so...
Yeah, exactly, and it will be without utility, so you kind of just have to hope you can go aggressive and bludgeon them to death while they're looking for this map control. It might be a clean T-half.
No, but I see what you're saying about the compulsory save there.
Right, because if they save, they could have a full gun round again.
Yeah, and you can fight for your honor.
And now it looks like, I'm not saying they're conceding 12, but they're not full investing to fight to avoid 12.
Okay, interesting. Wow, wow, Eternal Fire.
From 9-3 to 11-9.
They lost 9 rounds in a row. And now they come into this T side invigorated, impressing, threatening, back to A. In the absence of the util, in the absence of the full buy. Nice bit of chip damage there. The HE successful. Good throw from kyxsan. TeSeS. Oh, ooh, a lot of nade damage there onto nicoodoz. NertZ is in spawn. T-spawn.
Yeah, good aggression. There's still a chance.
TeSeS. Whoa! Nope, no there isn't. And spotted out over the smoke. Wicardia covers. This is falling apart for Heroic. 1 by 1. They are rumbled. Admirable half of Counter-Strike from Eternal Fire. Could it really be the clean sheet? Not a single blemish on their T-side record.
Shush would have to go absolutely nuclear to have any opportunity trying to contest with, what, 19 points of health?
Bloody hell, this has gone rapidly out of my expectations. So this is going to be, I believe, this is the 9th, right? Obviously, going to get securing 12, but securing the 9-round run, as their opponent did, out of the gates.
And might even outdo them.
And might outdo them.
It must feel so good as well to have your individuals then show up. It's also, right, we've got 21 for Wicardia, 19 for XANTARES now, but also for Maja, because he's calling these rounds. Sure, your players need to hit the shots and have some bigger moments. That's one part of this. But he's calling the executes, where they're pressuring. You're seeing a lot of these rounds, he's going towards A and solo faking, and then he's going back over towards B and entry fragging. So it's good from an in-game leader perspective as well, not just your individual CT side. If they keep coming to the players' sides and they just keep locking them down, okay, yeah, well, the in-game leader might have had to call some patterns, but this one here, a great effort from Eternal Fire. Is this it? Do they really go 10 consecutive rounds to pick up their map choice? We head into Mirage next.
Good nade damage. Wow, leaves XANTARES' ears ringing. Health red. Kicks in forward position. This is what they've been waiting for. Too easy for Wicardia to collect. Heroic on the back foot. Off kilter.
And to think this half started with Wicardia 1v2 clutch on the pistol.
I think it could end right here. nicoodoz committed to this angle, and he wins out the duel. Taking down Wicardia in a head-to-head duel is a feather in nicoodoz' cap on the rifle there. For survival. Oh,
go again.
What? XANTARES actually nails it. That's XANTARES on the AWP.
There's 2 here investigating B. This could still be shut down.
Just catching the timing. It's good find. Shush gets away with it as well. Gets away with murder. NertZ thinks twice about a reposition, or rather a re-aggression. The smoke lulls them in. They're not going to clear it. Oh my god, NertZ has shut them down. 2 charging up the stairs. That smoke was bizarre for them. They weren't considering the angle. And so Heroic will live to fight another day. 9 seems to be the limit, chat.
Ooh, okay, well, we've done our testing and we come back with an answer. Until Mirage, where maybe somebody can aim for something grander. But trying to hold on to this AWP as XANTARES doesn't really matter considering where the cash is at. They've got plenty for the remainder, which is 2 more rounds. Or we do go to overtime. Heroic are the ones who have the choice to push us there, and they're going to need 2 more convincing rounds just like that.
And you talked about Madja, and you talked about the calling he's been having on this 9-round run from the T side. When you suddenly lose one, I imagine that you've got a whole laundry list of rounds that had previously worked. You've got a list of what I prefer we do with these last couple.
Well, this is where the mind games between the 2 in-game leaders really plays in, because kyxsan is now going to be calling with what he expects.
From Madja, right.
Precisely.
Well, the orb's posted for a peek at a Shush, which he gets!
That's only the 7th kill of Woxic, and it might be the most impactful one yet.
Especially if they lose their A players. nicoodoz has managed to find Wakadia in back-to-back rounds now. The nade not far off the mark. TeSeS incredibly low, hanging on by a thread. kyxsan not shying away from the duel, pushes deep. nicoodoz spamming. Nade well placed. Puts him low. 70. Already finding himself posted for the jump for info. He could get push. 2 here. This could be high impact. They're pushing on him. Gets 1 off the flash. Xantares will trade, but the AWP is gone. Is there more to be said about this one? Madja looking for a gap in mid. Might be the right timing on this one. nicoodoz. It's twice about the reposition. That's aggressing. They're coming back to his way. A lot of pressure on this one for NertZ. Does he see one, or does he even find them both? Forward position, jiggle out, ready for the sprays, and Xantares load as we saw the combination of bullets and nades. Madja activates into the gap, held by TeSeS on the 1 HP. 1 HP. Madja ready for it, nails the headshot.
A-split.
Now it's up to Madja and Xantares. They can end it right here, right now. nicoodoz, with only 10 bullets in the mag, knows Madja's towards the elevators.
Xantares going up the ladder.
You got 25 seconds. NertZ is considering the possibility through mid. What's he opt for angle-wise? Oh, they're coming. He hears them. It's audible. What are you going to do? You're going to spray 1. Madja can clutch up. This would be huge. The IGL from Eternal Fire to recover a 9-3 half and finish this one in a clutch. nicoodoz been doing good work on the rifle. Still hasn't reloaded from his early endeavors, so 10 bullets for this one. He does have a smoke. He does have a kit. And Madja's low HP. 2 bullets to the body, do the job.
Madja has the HE, so if the smoke goes on the bomb, he can always clear it.
That's true.
Hasn't planned it for himself.
Which is going to kind of get into the mind of nicoodoz. Yeah, he's starting to work it out now. The HE, throws it away. It's going to feel like he should have maybe saved that HE grenade because the smoke has saved nicoodoz. Holding, not planted for him, and Heroic lives to fight another day. nicoodoz secures it.
Oh, had an opportunity there, didn't it? It felt like he overplayed his hand. If he had allowed nicoodoz to make the first move, then he would have known what order to start rifling through those nades, but also to not plant for yourself and then go for that B lobby control. Getting away from him, and traditionally a big thinker are the in-game leaders. The moment, too big for Madja, as now it is just a 1-round game. The finance is still available for Eternal Fire. They can bite back in.
Huge from nicoodoz.
Are we going OT? That's the question.
I hope so. I hope so. I want more of this action. This best of 3 already delivering.
I think in the last 2 rounds, Heroic have been extremely fortified over towards the A ramp. So Eternal Fire aren't going over there and spamming through the smoke with multiple bodies. They're not harassing for that control. They're going back to these B plays.
Shush. Playing with fire here. Just trying to get a glimpse of the B players. Gets it. Nade. Followed by a smoke. He's playing this well. This is a professional. B anchor in high pressure scenario. Util raining through, blinds him off. Nice support, NertZ. The fact that NertZ has already found the opening sets him up for success. A bouncing Xantares, cut down by Shush despite the flash. It's Wakadia looking to right the ship, looking to secure it in regulation. Otherwise, over time, it's just 1 frag away. kyxsan left with a 1v5 ahead of him.
Oh, and it looks like his
computer
may have crashed.
Be crashing.
Well, maybe he alt-tabbed or something, but either way, we're going to overtime, guys.
Yes, indeed, we are.
It's an unfortunate time for it to happen, isn't it? But I didn't think he was going to win a 1-on-5 situation. Probably the best time it could have happened.
And understandably, Heroic is going to be full focused.
Where is he?
Oh, but that's yeah. It was lost. It was over. The kyxsan 1v5 certainly low probability, but you've got 5 CTs. Good luck, have fun, mate.
The other one that always gets me is like I used to accidentally hit the Windows key and create like the
You need gaming mode,
the virtual desktop, and, I would never know how to get back.
Me too.
I'm like, and then I'm googling like, how do I get back to it? And I'm still in the game. And I'm like, ah!
I've done that before. When you kind of just keyboard smash and you end up on a different desktop, you're like, guys, I'm really sorry. I don't know where my game's gone.
Well, they're probably a little bit spaced out onto why kyxsan didn't attempt to win the 1-on-5 situation.
He's saving.
Yeah, he's taken that one into overtime with him. But we went 3 rounds out of Eternal Fire into 9 consecutive rounds from Heroic, into 9 consecutive rounds from Eternal Fire, into 3 rounds from Heroic to take us into overtime.
Yeah. But that, if you just joined us, that's
that's the summary.
That's the summary.
I think for Eternal Fire, they're probably going to feel like they flubbed their chance to get things done, because I know that they didn't have a great first half, but they were in full control of the second.
Bro, if I'm Madger, I'm still thinking about that 1v1.
Yeah.
I mean, just by virtue of not planting for yourself and then not nailing the util, you kind of said, I'm over here, it's not planted for me.
Yeah.
Here I am.
And like, if you're also banking too much on your utility, you're making bold assumptions that your opponent doesn't have
a smoke.
Exactly. And they know what you say about assumptions, Alex.
Yeah.
Or you know what they say.
I know what they say. They say it makes an ass out of you and me.
Is that a swear?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that maybe I'd put a penny in the jar for ass.
A penny? We'll have to get Richard to let us know.
Yeah. The authority on swears.
Well, Matthew is in the bin at the moment, I think. But we are back underway. kyxsan had a crash. He's back in.
Wait till Vitality, right?
Ooh la la.
They are very forward and aggressive. Xantares has just mastered some of these timings. He heard the flash, or well, felt the flash. Placed the crosshair, pulls the trigger, down goes nicoodoz.
It is important that Heroic stay stubborn with the space, however, because in a lot of the times Eternal Fire are making assumptions that it will force them back now that they're down numbers. It hasn't actually drawn a huge rotation. I say that as now Shush actually starts to evacuate, so I take that back.
As Madger starts to move in mid, so B is completely laden with flame. Rotation back, and Shush is cut down by Madger. This is a textbook round.
All right, well, it is overtime. Do you give this one a go? Difficult to break back in a 3-on-5 number disadvantage, and one of the things that I was critiquing Heroic on was not saving their rifles during regulation. This time round, they would have more reason not to, but if they lose the next, then they're going to wish they did. So they are going to hold on to their guns. We break the streak, and yeah, the patterns, they don't change. But a lot on the line with this one.
Incredibly, yeah, both sides on their T side finding it incredibly comfortable. And into overtime, nothing changes. I mean, the death from nicoodoz, can't really fault him, you just have to praise Xantares. The man on your screen there, sharpshooter.
I wonder if they're so aggressive on A ramp because of what I touched on earlier in the piece about Bucardia and taking all the space. So they just want to deny that, because if you get early pressure applied and they get that ramp control within the first 15, 20 seconds, your A defenders just feel always awkward.
Yeah, understandably. We get a nicoodoz AWP. Yeah, a little bit of a deviation here. Let's see what he does with it. Starts over towards A. Second round of our overtime.
And there is also the B stream. Make sure to go check out the Mongols versus Amcal. They're on their second map.
nicoodoz. He's found Xantares. Does he get away? He could be in a lot of trouble here. Yep, Woxic nails him. Headshot through the tarpaulin.
I'll do it.
Yes, it's a gap. Where is it? TeSeS.
Not really.
TeSeS is holding, checking, expecting, and nailing the shot. Wicardia down. A man advantage recovered by TeSeS.
Wicardia's sitting there thinking, but it was smoked, as if I'm going to push the smoke.
Yeah, exactly. What's he doing? What an idiot.
Why is he watching that?
Wait. Looks like a quiet one from him. But that's not to say he can't have the impact required to take Eternal Fire's map pick. That's right, this is Eternal Fire's pick. Recovery in their second half.
They could walk in Crane side. Because look at the CC defense right now. You just have one player over towards headshot. It's heavy B and middle. So they could waltz in undetected. Well, there's the detection.
TeSeS has a nade, but it won't kill anyone unless kyxsan joins him. You could double HE, but it's not planet default. Jumps up into Woxic.
They can win this.
They are going to take the first fight. This is an equalizing frag from Woxic's AWP. He's already posted his second. And more impact available if NertZ comes out of that heaven doorway. trajectory of his nades, if he throws the retake smoke from there. Just biding his time for this arrival on the ramp. Util spotted, hoping that's enough of a distraction. It is! Oh, they looked away! Perfect timing from Shush on the flank. It's up to kyxsan in the 1v3. Smoke and Kit. This gets awkward. This gets uncomfortable fast. And it's not the typical plant. Is he ready for this? Oh no, elevated angle is NertZ. And Heroic successful on the retake.
Hugely impactful from Shush, and understands he cannot be the one to take first contact because of course someone's going to be watching behind. Util comes through enough to unravel the setup in the post plant for Eternal Fire, and Shush, he profits.
That's massive from Shush.
Both Shush and TeSeS showing we were actually the key pieces of the Heroic roster. The other two, you got lemons. You might want to take them back to the car dealership.
Yeah, Heroic just sipping on their lemonade.
This is the thing. I thought Shush was actually the best piece of that team.
A lot of people did.
One of the most world-class anchors you've got.
Yeah, which is, they're not a dime a dozen.
Not at all. Well, here we go. Flashes through, ace space being vied for.
Again, so stubborn in their aggressions here. Let's see how it goes for them. Wicardia looking to catch a timing through the smoke. Look at Magic go, charges through. Wicardia contributes. Good spam from TeSeS.
Great trade work on both.
And trades from XANTARES. So we have got the control up to mini ramp.
You know they're
Oh, a missed shot from Woxic. That could have been a difference maker if he'd have hit.
Warded them off though. Important regardless.
Sure. But this is the opportunity to post. I would imagine both teams are expecting to at least find 2 on their T side, given how the regulation played out. So Eternal Fire, to match the par for the course, they need to win this 3-on-3.
They have enough to just go for a standard A execute. 2 smokes, Molly's in the mix as well. It's about where they use these Molotovs. Do they use one close short? Right now we can see that would be an advised decision. Perfect.
Takes the fight onto NertZ. XANTARES isolates that duel, forces that fight. kyxsan sitting dark. Oh, messy from Calyx. He gets it nonetheless. And I'll give you 5 guesses about where Shush is coming from. Last time he flanked you and won the round. XANTARES this time active on that one, spots him out. Oh, he's in trouble.
This is tough.
Yeah, this is a hard mode. Nothing here for Shush. Woxic hiding behind the sandbags. He's trying to isolate these duels. What's he supposed to do? A smoke. Woxic nails the shot, and so 2T rounds in the bank for Eternal Fire.
Okay, so it is a lifetime ago since we saw Eternal Fire on the CT side. And their issues were in the gun rounds because they picked up the pistol. But I suppose from that point onwards, it felt like Heroic had guns in their hands every single round. They were constantly a threat. They were constantly upgrading. So this is where it's actually a bit of a free start for Madja. You have a full buy. You have the AWP for Woxic. You have full nades. Everybody has everything they could possibly hope for to contend for round number 15 and secure double OT.
You mentioned it before, they used their last timeout from SAW. His hesitancy with that, but into OT, that extra timeout has been used and called immediately into the start of their T half.
It's a very good point with the change of game and format. We do find every overtime that you find yourself in, you get 1 timeout.
And it's not like they accumulate. You can only use it in that overtime.
So use it or lose it, just like your sick days.
Use it or lose it. Your PTO.
And I suppose if you're Heroic, you have to remind yourself what was working on the T side. Well, TeSeS was bopping everybody left, right, and center.
Oh, Shush, he's feeling himself. He's actually just taking fights onto B. Bianca down early. That's going to force a rotate. Wicardia's already worried that it's a bit quiet on A. You can see a more passive stance adopted. They are starting to crawl up the ramp. Love that from Shush. Just took his spawn, ran with it. They are going to test XANTARES. He's open to this crossfire. Wicardia and him set themselves up for success.
Well, they've at least given away that there's 1 player short. This is tough.
This is a 2-man push. Backs are turned. Spam connects. XANTARES, Wicardia defending with aggression. NertZ is going to try and plant safe from gap. This is actually very ballsy. This is cheeky. If NertZ can get a frag off the back of this as well. Safe. Wicardia and XANTARES, they are now noted. Zantara's removed. NertZ spots out Wicardia. Can he get away? Woxic doesn't think so. Nails the shot with the AWP. Hard one for them to close here. Shush and nicoodoz. The gap is being held. Wicardia reads this so perfectly, but nicoodoz with a double sensational play from the Dane. What is that from nicoodoz?
He has been quiet for a while, but that is huge. It looked like he was going to clothesline. Instead, he's the one that sits Wicardia on his ass, and 3 kills back to back for nicoodoz to tie things up.
Unbelievably quick.
It's a jump scare coming out of the smoke.
The fact he gets Madger as well. Never mind Woxic. That is stunning.
That's his reaction?
Stone-faced, I guess.
Was that his reaction?
Yeah, go. All right, guys, let's go.
Okay,
Light work,
we've just got confirmation from production. That was genuinely the way that he proceeded forward after sitting 3 on their ass. Massive stuff, and now we're tied up again. Well, the overtime timeout expended from Eternal Fire. Both teams using their 30 seconds. nicoodoz jumps from 14 to 17. An impactful round to put them just 1 away from securing double OT. And the T sides continue to be where these teams do their best work. Conversations concluded. Freeze time ticks down. 3, 2, and 1, and we're back underway.
Eternal Fire were close to that one. I thought Zantara's and Wicardia's re-aggress was...
It was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah, inspired.
Especially after losing the opening death on B so quickly.
Now, don't think kyxsan is going to be surprised if Shush tries again. TeSeS, he's giving it a good go, though, isn't he? Look at the confidence. Go sandbags. I dare you. Mollies it off. Flub nade from Zantara.
That tells you about the pressure he's feeling, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that's by virtue of TeSeS. He's already disappeared. Like, all of that was just to force util out. Now spamming smokes. Wicardia does the same. Gets away unscathed.
And you pull Woxic, you have to be extremely silent. You don't even want to give away a scope sound cue at any moment. But kyxsan already boosted wood.
But this is a huge round, right? If Eternal Fire lose everything, they are going to have nothing to defend their honor.
Right now, they don't have much information whatsoever.
Madger. Extinguish. Noted on quad, and ooh, a dink, but kyxsan hit the shot.
They know it's not kyxsan. That's the Bianca still alive.
Okay.
So there is another one lying in wait.
NertZ is already actually in an elevated spot on mid.
Woxic, careful with your rotations now.
Yeah, he is. He's not going to cross over that mid. Still concerned about A.
They have to clear something.
Oh, look at this angle. Oh, kyxsan was not expecting that one.
Oh, this is a 3-on-5 situation now in favor of Heroic. They can get to 15 first.
Do they need to save? I mean, this is a very scary situation.
Well, this is what we're talking about with overtime and back-to-back round losses, and they can't now.
Lost the AWP.
The biggest weapon gone. And imagine if this is how it slips out of the hands of Eternal Fire. Finances at the death knock as Wicardia and Zantara's need a grip on White Knuckle right now.
They got to keep hold of these M4s. Some serious high impact. And this T side's on Vertigo. I mean, you know, maybe it's matchup specific, but both teams having much more of a comfortable time here on the attack. They are hunting, understandably. They know that this could be defining as to how comfortable they are in the final round of this overtime.
Why the hell not?
Just low HP, at least he'll get the info. He's the probe for the Protoss. And never mind, nicoodoz down 2. Nice work from Wicardia and Zantara as they do hold on. Necessary. Oh, no, Wicardia down. TeSeS gets them both. Oh, problematic now. Look at the cash, Chad. I'll let you get out the abacus, but this is an absolute disaster.
That was massive with the 2 kills Zantara's gets, because then he had enough money to drop and even get some more U2, and then they lose everything. TeSeS might be taking Cajun's nickname. The cleaner comes in late and sweeps the final 2 under the rug. Here it is from his POV. He's been putting his aim on display.
2, 1.
Huge work from TeSeS. Surely that's guaranteed. The map for Heroic now. 1 M4, 4 MP9s. And Eternal Fire's map choice might be going down the gurgler.
Such an incredible resurgence from Eternal Fire. Is this how they squander it? Is this how it's lost? 3 clean rounds from Heroic's T side. nicoodoz thinks twice. Nice find from TeSeS. Chips away at the only rifle. Nade could do it indeed. Oh, he's just gotten away from the shrapnel round the corner. Zantara's lives on. Juggle that. Give it to Wicardia. 25 frags from him too. You have to back your best horse. And right now, Wicardia, the one with the health. nicoodoz aggressing. Has support.
Or towards A.
Does he have support? Yeah, they are just going to be jiggling on his contact. Here they come. Crab walking around the corner. 79, good for it. Big frag. Eternal Fire. No! Sprayed down by TeSeS. His impact, it resonates. It reverberates around the server as Heroic are one frag away from taking Eternal Fire's pick in OT.
And Magi out of position, but they haven't continued straight in towards this A site by any means. It's the reroute noisily. Noise across the bridge. The in-game leader, the 33-year-old, will have to pull off a miraculous clutch.
Given their health, this MP9, viable through the molly. Noted, they know he's close. NertZ is holding the angle on quad side. He's exposed and he's beheaded. Heroic take map 1 of the series. They are 1 map away from the elimination stage.
Oh, a massive first half performance out of Heroic. They lose the pistol, they lose a couple of follow-ups, but then they go on a spree of 9 rounds. And Heroic, well, that's their name, but the same resurgence from Eternal Fire.